problem with making content for a YouTube channel is making sure that it's relevant when that video is actually launched. I say that because today I'm filming this video, yet it's not going to launch for about 40 days. But today is the reason for that video. You can see that I'm in mile-high Denver Nuggets gear for a reason. So while I don't know how well this video has aged, we're going to do it anyway, because age doesn't matter. At least that's what I told my 7th grade chemistry teacher. Hey, my name is Mr. X. Welcome to the Extreme Channel. We are giving away $1,000 statues to you guys. If you want to know how to win one, stay tuned for later in the video. Hey, thank you for tuning into the Extreme Channel. So on the day I'm filming this, it is the first day of the NBA playoffs. That's right, and if you know me, you know I'm going to watch the Nuggets beat the Lakers. Hopefully this aged well. I'm pretty sure it will. And while this video isn't about NBA basketball or the Nuggets or my hate for LeBron James, because it's very high, I just want to get it on the record. I think as a basketball player, LeBron James is one of the greatest of all time. Not the greatest of all time. To be frank, I just can't stand the guy. If you're the greatest of all time, why do you have to pretend you get fouled when you didn't? If you're the greatest of all time, true story. Opening game of the 2023 season. We were there. Nuggets were getting their championship rings. As they were raising the banner wasn't fully raised, LeBron comes onto the court leading the Lakers and does his fake crown thing. How classless is that? Anyway, enough about that, because hopefully I'm going to see him embarrassed yet again for the 9th time in a row by the Nuggets tonight. But I'm going to the game tonight, and many of you know that I go to all the Nuggets and Broncos games, and one of the things I noticed there, and if you've ever been to a professional sports game of any type, you know that they have security. I don't know what they're aptly called, but they stand kind of at the front of the stands, whether you're on club level or down in the lower bowl or wherever. You know, they have their hands like this, and they just stare at the crowd the entire time. And as they're staring at the crowd, you hear all these cheers because amazing plays may happen. And these guys and gals, they don't flinch. They don't even care what happened behind them in the game. They're just watching the crowd, which is fantastic. And while I've grown up and I've done jobs that could be featured on Dirty Jobs with Mike Rowe, to owning companies and being an executive, there are some things I just couldn't do. There's probably a little bit of a defining line between couldn't and wouldn't, but that's what today is about the jobs or professions that I just couldn't do, with that sports venue security guard, crowd watcher, whatever they're called, being number one on the list today. While these aren't in particular order, that would kill me to know there's amazing plays going on behind me and I have to sit and watch weird people. Because people are weird, aren't they? So that's number one on the list. Number 2, I could not be a teacher. Now, I'm very good at teaching. I'm very good at explaining things. I'm very good at motivating people. However, my problem is with the disobedient children of this generation. While my children, I feel, are an exception, and for the most part, other than a few teenage hormone moments, behave very well, both with my wife and I, and in public and with other people, I swear to God, I would lose my job because I would body slam the first punk that gave me lip. I highly respect teachers. In fact, my mother was a teacher for 30 years, and some of the shit I knew she had to put up with before she retired, and she's been retired for probably 20 years or so, was pretty bad. So I highly respect teachers. But with that, I do acknowledge that while teachers have a very difficult job, they get a lot of time off. Let's not forget that. Next thing is kind of similar. I couldn't work in a daycare. So I'm going to be honest with you, I fucking hate children. I didn't want children. However, I was willing to have them because the way you create children is kind of fun. Now, when I say I hate children, I don't hate my children. If you're a parent, you know the first time you hold your child in your arms, you fall in love. And it's nothing words can explain. So I love my children. There's no way in hell I could be a daycare worker and take care of other people's children. I mean, they're gross, they're disgusting, they cry, they're illogical. There is no amount of money you could pay me to do that job. So you can imagine that if I wouldn't take care of messy, disgusting children, I probably wouldn't do that for the older generation either. I know this sounds harsh, but I've worked in many professions where we had to do work inside nursing homes, and those are rough places to work. I have mad respect for anyone that does anything in a nursing home, whether you're an official healthcare provider, whether you work in maintenance there, whether you work at the front desk. I have mad respect. There are so many different issues, not only making sure that we take care of these people who take care of us our entire life. There's medical issues, and a lot of these people are very quirky, let's say that. You could not pay me any amount of money to work in a nursing home. I'm kind of trying to group these together. The next one is a nurse or a doctor, to be frank with you. And it's simply for the fact I couldn't put up with the gross parts of those jobs. And I don't mean cutting somebody open. I like doing that. That's kind of fun, removing organs and whatnot. But I mean when someone urinates in their bed and you have to change the bed sheets. When someone throws up on you. That kind of stuff I just couldn't do. There's no amount of money you could pay me to do that. And again, mad respect to all of our healthcare professionals out there. The job is not as pretty as they show on TV. I know that for a fact. So as you can tell, Mr. X just doesn't like taking care of people. It's not limited to people. There's no way I could work in a humane society or a vet. So growing up, I had a dog for 14 years. Her name was Angel. She was amazing. I love Angel. I missed Angel. I was with her when she passed away. Literally, it was just me and her as she passed. Always wanted another dog. Mrs. X, damn her, doesn't want a dog. She's turned the kids against me. But she has a lot of good reasons why she doesn't want a dog. Whether it's cleaning up the hair it sheds, the dog peeing inside, pet food everywhere, and I do have to agree, I could not take care of pets. I'm sorry, mad respect to anyone that works in a kennel or a veterinarian office. No amount of money could get me to work there. Next one is one Mrs. X did for like 9 years. She was a bartender and a server. I couldn't be a bartender because I'd get drunk every night, but I couldn't be a server. You know why? Because the horror stories she would tell me. So just so you guys know, as a server, Mrs. X never smiled. She didn't. She was probably the best server you'd ever have as far as making sure your order was right and all your drinks were refilled. And she was extremely efficient, but she wasn't friendly. She wasn't mean, but I couldn't plaster a fake smile on my face all day long, especially to people who might have a $100 bill and tip $2. When the service is bad, I tip 20%. If it's phenomenal, I've done 100% before. And I could not wait hand and foot on people that don't appreciate how much effort goes into being a server. While I've never been one, my wife and I were not only dating, but when we were first married, she was a server, so I know everything they go through, and there's no amount of money you could pay me to do that. Now that we're down to the final three, again, these are in no particular order, throw down in the comments below, what profession would you never do no matter how much money someone pays you? While this video isn't about statue collecting, we're still giving away statues. As we try to grow this channel, we like to reward you guys for watching and subscribing. So because of that, every 5,000 milestone when it comes to subscribers, we give away a couple $1,000s worth of statues. We've actually given away over 20 statues. To win one was easy. First, you gotta be subscribed to the channel. You'll get bell notifications when videos drop. Each video that drops, you wanna make a comment on those videos. We pick a random video, we give away statues based on a comment. You can say whatever you want. The more videos you comment on, the higher your chances are to win. You ever go into a downtown area and you see a semi-truck trying to navigate through? Or you ever watch Ice Road Truckers? God bless you truck drivers. I couldn't do it. Now I have a little bit of PTSD because I was in a pickup truck that rolled like 13 times on the interstate once. Weather was bad, so I still kind of freeze up when it's really icy, specifically on an interstate. These guys drive no matter what, and they have to deal with everything. They have to deal with the other moron drivers. They have to deal with the weather. They have to deal with difficult navigation areas. They drive for long periods of time. Could not be a commercial truck driver. Mad respect to people that do. We go on a lot of vacations. I could not be a customer serving person on a cruise ship. So while we go on a lot of vacations, the X's do, we're very low maintenance. However, if you go on a nicer cruise ship, a nicer cruise line, they kind of try and treat you like a celebrity. I mean, that's one of the cruise lines we go on all the time. It's called Celebrity. And some of the people I watch them deal with are so fucking high demanding, nothing is good enough for them. I couldn't do it. It's kind of like being a server. But anything that's customer facing on a cruise ship, I could never do because I couldn't put up with the stupid people. My wife and I often wonder when we see so many people that just don't have any social knowledge, how they even afford to pay for that cruise. So the last one, on the board of directors I'm on, there is someone who's the director of HR for a large company. And I've been very close to most people in the HR department. That's one thing when you're into senior leadership and executive, you get really close to HR people. And most HR people, God bless them, are amazing. And there's no way in hell I could do what they do. I mean, they have to listen to the stupidest complaints. The lights are too bright. I need to go home. This person is sniffling too much. This person made me feel bad. I once had somebody report me to HR because I made them feel bad. And HR called me and they're like, hey, what went on here? And I was like, well, this is what happened. They're like, yeah, they said that's what happened. I was like, well, I told them the truth. Isn't that what I'm supposed to do? And they said, well, the way you did it made them feel bad. So I guess my tone of voice wasn't good enough for that person. So there's no way I could work in HR because I just couldn't deal with the employees. So as you'll notice, most of the jobs I don't want to do are dealing with people. People suck. Hey, thank you for tuning in. Very different video. So again, throw down in the comments below because that'll really help the visibility of this video and make me feel better, like at least I'm okay at YouTubing. I appreciate it. I'll talk to you guys soon. Take care.